Senator Pocock is on his feet. Senator Pocock.
Thank you, President. This is clearly a really important legislation for Australians, particularly Australian workers who are in areas such as nursing, frontline workers who have not seen wage increases, who are feeling the pinch when it comes to inflation, cost of living prices, electricity prices forecast to go up more. This is really important for us to consider as a Senate. I am very supportive of a number of the measures in this enormous piece of legislation. However, as a senator, I think it's really important that we do have time to consider this. As good as the ideas and the legislation are, and to be clear, I've not seen the legislation. The crossbench has had no opportunity to see it in detail. Those who have had an opportunity to see it have signed non-disclosure agreements. So this is brand new legislation with a reporting date of a few weeks. It doesn't make sense to me to give crossbench senators a couple of weeks to get across this, to give small business owners who are under the pump a short period of time for elements of this bill which have huge consequences for our industrial relations laws in Australia. I asked the Parliamentary Library to look at the length of reporting dates for industrial relations reform in Australia, all the way back to work choices in 2005. And this sort of reporting date is unprecedented in terms of industrial relations. So I have real concerns about having such a short reporting date. I have put to the government that I believe that there are parts of this big omnibus bill that potentially don't need as long to consider. Parts of it around gender equity, objection of putting that into the Fair Work Act, equal remuneration and the two new expert panels, banning pay secrecy clauses, and the boot reforms, which people have known about. There seems to be general consensus. But other elements of the bill are new to many and I think warrant our consideration. I have circulated an amendment that would allow us to have more time, but I'm certainly open to talking to the government about ensuring that we do deal with this legislation in a timely way, but we also allow the oversight that these committee hearings provide. And being new to this place and having been involved in the committee process for a few bills now, it's quite incredible, the access to experts and the ideas that come up and the genuine consultation, as well as the very collegiate way that senators engage to improve legislation. So would really like the government, given we haven't seen any details of this bill, given how big it is, but crucially just how important this is to Australians and the future of workers in Australia, the future of small businesses in Australia, that we do get the balance right between legislating in a timely manner, but also having time to really look at the detail, to engage with the various stakeholders, and ultimately, I think, to legislate very important reforms that are needed, that are warranted when we have wages for many Australians back to 2008 levels.
Senator Lambie.